moving into 1959. By that time, Dr. Banda had been travelling and speaking at meetings throughout the country, raising the temperature and always asking the two things, break the Federation and independence. Now the country by that time, towards the end of the 1958, was becoming pretty much ungovernable, especially in the north, and it was obvious that something this bubble was going to burst somehow or other. Among a few others, we felt that very disillusioned at the way that the Iceland and the British government were handling the situation. It was completely unfair. I became so disillusioned and fed up with how the British government and the Iceland government and the federal government were dealing with the situation and dealing with the local people, that I left my office, went over to the Iceland African Congress offices, which were only about 10 minutes from the office, put down my money and joined the Congress. So, 3rd of March arrived, and by that time, the Rhodesian white troops who fought Mugabe later were all over Malawi. Their planes were there. They had the KAR were all mobilised, and the police were there because something was going to happen. And on the 3rd of March, it was true. They moved in and arrested Banda and his top leadership, sent them to Gwelo. They wanted a legal aid scheme set up so that those who were under the emergency regulations and getting tried would have a lawyer. And then Britain and Westminster could say, we've looked after them and their legal rights. Just by chance, I happened to be, it was my year as secretary of the Law Society. Now, to be given, and therefore I was given the job of implementing this. I took it with both hands, because this was a chance in a million with my own views. And I set up the scheme and implemented it. I was a lawyer, fairly well known with local people, obviously. And some of the leaders who were springing up, they were not, all the main leaders were away in detention. So two of them came to see me and say, well, they came to see me really as a lawyer, and they said, look, the National African Congress is banned. Our idea is that we start another one and a different name, and it can be the regulations such that we can do this and they can't stop us. And I said, that's a good idea. Come to my house later in the afternoon. I'll have the regulations. We'll go over them and make sure that if that happens, there is no way in the regulations they can link one with the other. So two lads came, Shadrach Konji, head teacher at the Blantyre Secondary School, and Augustine Nkambala came. And maybe there was one or other people. And they sat down together and they said, right, we're going to start the Malawi Congress Party.